Hi guys, and welcome to a little channel update video. So, you may have noticed the lack of content this week. Well, I've been reading my way through the just upcoming changes to YouTube. Let's just say it's killed off a lot of my motivation because, well, this is my hobby. I don't intend to do this as a full-time career, and it's just sharing various bits and pieces with you, various bits of lore I know, and also gaming, which I mainly started doing to satisfy the YouTube algorithm. I'm still going to continue doing it, but the thing that really got me is I'd read through the new bits of legislation that are supposed to be coming in, and the thing that really got me was that they will have an algorithm to check your content, and they will flag it as safe for children if they think it's safe for children, even if you, the creative, flag it as not made for children. And that's a big problem, considering as at the moment my biggest thing is Star Wars Expanded Universe, or as it's now known, Legends lore, which is going to be pushed heavily towards children. Especially with what Disney have been doing to kind of tone it down a bit. As you may have noticed, there's been no cauterizings of the wounds in a lot of the movies. Though to be fair, I'm pretty much done with Disney Star Wars at this point. This meme kind of pretty much sums up my opinions on The Mandalorian, which is fantastic, by the way. I do recommend you check it out. But it's I'm going to continue on, but I'm also going to be looking for other platforms to put my content on, just in case, because while I won't really be affected by the new regulations that are coming in at the moment, I can see that eventually I will be, and eventually this is going to probably be the final nail in the coffin of YouTube's grave. We will see how that goes. Now on to something a bit more positive. So you may have noticed at the moment that I've got some other bits going on. I've got a bit more music on some of my videos. I'm replacing a lot of the music from OSTs from games with custom music. This is due to the fact that I'm getting a lot of copyright claims on certain things, and while they're not copyright strikes and they won't kill my channel, they could potentially be used that in the future, depending on anything in YouTube changes, where they might get in terms of service, and suddenly, oh no, I'm in trouble. Now, disputes are being put in, and we'll see how things go with that. But primarily on some of the more popular stuff, so for example my Star Wars games I'll be doing let's plays of, or anything, say for example Lord of the Rings, I will be stripping the music out and putting my own in there. I can't do that with the Third Age. I tried that already, because it actually predates the ability to change individual sound settings. All you have it do mostly is stereo and mono. The PlayStation 2 was wonderful, but it wasn't built for serious let's plays in the future, which at the time it really wasn't a thing, so it's to be expected. You may have noticed I've been doing a bit more live streams. I'm aiming to do a couple of them every week with Chaos and the others. If at all possible, it will just be a Tuesday evening, or we might have special evenings where Freestone is available for the weekend, so we will also carry on and do them as well. So that's going to continue on, hopefully. Legends lore is going to continue on. In fact, I'm at the moment recording a new subcategory for that, which is Galactic Xenology, or Zoology, which was an organisation in the Star Wars Legends universe that was for cataloguing creatures, everything from the pack-like animal Vonstra to even the Mythosaur of Mandalore, although Mythosaurs at the time of the Galactic Zoology was already long dead. There's a couple of other series in the works. I've got some RPG stuff in the works, so I'm considering doing videos on RPG lore for the various different systems and my experience with them. I think I'm going to either go with Grave Knights from Pathfinder or Goblins from Pathfinder as the first video. We'll see. The aim of this is to also give people ideas how to use these creatures as well as their lore, and my own uses of them in my own D&D games, as well as some tips and tricks for DMs, as well as just generally the lore of each of the worlds, including some of my own custom ones. if you like the idea of that, just let me know down in the comments below. To that end as well, I'm probably going to end up creating a Discord server, just for people to share their thoughts and maybe give me a couple of requests or even memes, because if any of you are on my Facebook page, thank you, you know that I share a hell of a lot of memes on there. If you want to follow me on Facebook, link will be down in the description. And you'll also notice that I've used a bit of game footage in this video. So as I've said with a lot of people, to give me feedback on what I'm doing, and a lot of you have. So once again, thank you very much for that. That has been incredibly helpful of what I'm doing. Like, I've shortened the name of my YouTube videos from the full Lost Archive Star Wars Legends lore topic to TLA. Another thing is, people have been saying, well, why don't you use more images or maybe even some footage like these guys do? And I'm like, well, it's not really what I'm going for, but I can see that's a good thing. So I've now been generating some content to put in the middle of the videos to kind of break up the images and the screens and make it generally a bit more interesting. Because originally I was kind of going for a podcasty-like setting for all the lore videos, but I can see a lot of people's point where if they're just staring at my video, it does get a bit boring. Personally, when I'm listening to videos on lore, I would tab them and do something else while I'm doing it. But that's me. Not everyone will like that. With the lore videos as well, I'm going to expand it to a few other things, like I said, the RPG lore. I'm also planning to do a couple on Star Trek. Now, Star Trek is another series that I've had a lot of love for over the years, and I do realise that some of the new stuff that is coming out is not for me. Not because it's I've moved on from Star Trek. It's more of Star Trek has moved on from what Roddenberry wanted it to be. And I do very much feel that STD, and I'm really hoping that Picard doesn't follow suit with this, is not Star Trek in what it would be. A lot of the people who are in it are not the ideals that they espoused in the Federation. There may have been a small clip that was done by another YouTuber that I shared a while back that kind of emphasised this, where they're berating their crew member, and they had it paired with the video where Riker is trying to get Barclay transferred off the Enterprise, and Picard kind of was like, no, this man's made the same commitment as all of us do. Work with him, try to get to know them, and help him make a positive contribution to the crew. And he does, and I love that scene, because it's Picard going, look, work with what you've got, don't just replace them, they're not cogs in the machine. This other one, smile, 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 kind of conversation. That's really rude about to end the conversation. Oh, but how did you get far in your career? And then it's like, yeah, that be. So, a lot of the stuff I do with Star Trek is gonna be on the pre-Discovery stuff, and we'll cover the books, the games, and the TV show, because there's the beta canon and the alpha canon. I'm probably going to call that something like Memory Omega, you know, just as a nice little nod to the Omega particle. And that's probably where I'll get a cease and desist from CBS. And if that is the case, well, I probably will have to follow that. CBS, you have a habit of suing your fans. Still salty about Axana, but hey. I'm hoping those guys are doing well and at least getting some production moved forward. This is turning into a little bit of a moan and a wind, isn't it? Sorry that you have to put up with that, guys. But yeah, so I'm going to continue on. We've got, like I said, a few updates to the videos coming on. Working on a few bits as well for new tile cards, for an intro screens for all the various shows I plan to do. The Lost Archives is getting a big update once I've finished talking to the artist I'm talking to. And I'm going to be getting some more music for games once all my various music artists I have spoken to have got back to me. I will say this, I heavily recommend Fiverr if you guys need any art or music or even marketing doing, because from just looking on that, there's a wide range of selection, and it's important because it protects both the artist and the seller. So yeah, that's a really good platform to use for art when you need to get content done. So you'll see those changes roll out slowly as things get done, and I incorporate them into my editing process. On that as well, I have finally set up a store for merchandise. You don't have to go on it, I've only got my t-shirt logo on there, but this also means that I'll be shipping the t-shirts to the previous subscriber winners. Expect them around Christmas, as they are already gearing up for a lot of printing over the Christmas period, and so there may be a slight delay. So I do apologise about that, and sorry it's taken this long to get those to you guys. In future it should be a lot quicker. As mentioned, I'm also getting a logo done for the Discord server that I'm planning to set up. I'll probably eventually release a t-shirt for that as well, and probably use that as the logo for any of the various MMO style games I'm playing. Like for Star Trek Online, I'm definitely using it for the fleet I plan to set up once I have enough people to set up the fleet. So look forward to that in future. I also plan to continue doing the Minecraft videos, which probably will be the only bit of my content that I will put as made for children. Though that will probably only be the contents where I'm doing the resource and building montages. We'll see. In fact, I've got a big one planned for replacing Spawn as well. Basically, so when anyone who joins the realm spawns into the realm for the first time, they have a nice little safe zone, a little village. I'll probably call it the Town of Beginnings or something. I don't know. Some of you might get that reference. Another thing I'm toying with the idea on is book recommendations. So any book that I've read in the past that I've really enjoyed, I might share with you my thoughts on it. It's going to be similar to my planned ideas for the Lost Archives, where I'll do book breakdowns and walkthroughs of the book, but it might be where I just basically pull up the book and I'll give you a brief talk of the synopsis without trying to avoid any spoilers, because I don't really want to give spoilers on that one, and my thoughts on the book and why I think you should read it. So, for example, there's one called With a Single Spell. It is all about an apprentice wizard whose master suddenly dies, with him only being taught one spell, and the amount of trouble he gets into using just this one spell. I suppose that would be a little example of it there. I'm going to do a proper video on that later, but if you get a chance, pick that book up on Amazon. It's actually the second in the series of books that book is a part of. I only found that out recently when I decided to try some of the other books in the series. So now, for example, I'm now currently reading the first book in the series, The Misenchanted Sword. And so far, it has been hilariously awesome. Now, the premise of this one is it is a scout who was trapped behind enemy lines who comes across a wizard. Things go untoward, the wizard's house gets destroyed, and the wizard, in his anger, says, "Get out of here," before I do something stupid. And he's like, "Well, I can't. How am I going to get home?" And he's like, "Give me your sword. I'm going to enchant it with every enchantment I can pull off with what's left of my house." And he does. And the hilarity goes is trying to understand this enchanted sword and what eventually happens to him once he gets home. And I still haven't finished the book. Maybe once I've done that, I will do a little review on it. We'll see. Anyway, I'm probably waffling now. I'm going to summarise once again. There's going to be a few new additions to the videos to, make them a bit more energetic and less boring to watch. And there's going to be new music, as well as a Discord being set up, and like I said, I'm going to be looking for other platforms. Oh, on that note, those of you who are on my BitChute, the 10 of you who subscribed, thank you very much. You are the real MVP here. And I will be continuing to pop videos on, thanks to the little upload function on YouTube. When I upload a video on there, it uploads it on my BitChute as well. I'm going to find another, like I said, I'm going to find another platform, and that will probably be one that also allows me to sync my content from YouTube, therefore it makes it a bit easier to operate on the three platforms. I don't really want to go to Twitch. I have my reasons. Also, I don't really want to step on Freestone's toes. Right, I think that pretty much covers everything and all the news and various things. Anything I've discussed in here you guys want to get a conversation about or any suggestions, put them down in the comments below. Or once I've finally started it, join the Discord. I think I'm going to call it the Dimensional Fleet HQ. Sticking with my narrative. Anyway, guys, take care, have a good day, and may the lawkeepers ever be in your favour.